All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and I'm creating a series of video presentations based on the ebooks written by Mr. Flavio Copes, and I'm starting with the HTML ebook, which is 87 pages in length, and I'm up to page 50. We've been creating a form, and now we're going to put some radio buttons on there. So let's just grab everything they've got here and let's put it in. All right, so I'm going to put these above where we've got our buttons. So I'll put them in here, like that. All right. In fact, let's put a BR after each one of these. We don't have to do this. And if it looks bad, then we'll just remove it. All right, but let's put 2 BRs here. So before our buttons. And let's see what we just did. Okay, we've got that, and for whatever reason, oh, we've got to put that here. So red, oops, yellow, red, and blue. Now, radio buttons, again, are for mutually exclusive terms. So once I select one will be selected, but only one can be selected at a time. Okay, it's pretty simplistic. In fact, let's go in and do this just to make our form look a little bit more realistic, let's say. Let's add another BR here, here. Oh, I'm sorry, not there. So here, here, and here. Whoops. See if that looks a little nicer. There you go. I'm just spacing it out a little bit. And I guess I removed my blue that was on there. So I did. All right. Again, we'll even add another one here. So there's 3. Now that is looking a little bit more like a real form. Again, I'd have to add some CSS in there. All right. To make this work, to make this look a little bit nicer, etc., than it does right now. But it doesn't look terrible, again, other than the spacing, and the things lining up, etc. All right, let's keep continuing on here. Checkboxes, whereas radio buttons are for mutually exclusive events, meaning only one can be selected at a time. When you've got checkboxes, you can select 0 through all of them. Just put it that way. So let's come down to here. Let's paste that in. Again, as we've been doing, we'll add a line break tag after each one of these. And again, it's not mandatory that you do this. Notice the difference. And again, they didn't put in the text. I don't like this where they're using color. So let's just put hours. And we'll put here first, second, and third. And in fact, rather than hours, we'll call this shift. So we'll put in here, first shift. Let me get rid of this. And we'll put in here second shift, and we'll put in here third shift. All right. And again, you can see it's coming together. We got too many spaces there and not enough here, so we'll fix that quickly. So that looks pretty good. And again, whereas here, once you choose one, all right, but here I can choose none, 1, 2, or all 3. All right, so it can be done either way. Okay. All right, date and time will allow us to have a date and time picker. We'll quickly put this in. Just again, I'm trying to be complete here. You'll notice that when I click on that, it brings up the date time picker. If I don't want to, I can put my own stuff in here. But if I put in, for example, 02 for February and I try to put in 31, it doesn't. It might show it right there, but if I put in here 2000, all right, it's not going to accept that as a valid date. Okay, but it did bring up the actual date picker too. All right, working our way through this. As it says, if you want, he's got his own code pen out there where you can go and test those. Here's a color picker, which is kind of neat. You'll notice when I click on there, it brings up the color palette. All right. Let me get rid of this stuff that's at the top here. I'm just going to get rid of everything that's not in the form, I think. Or I'll tell you what, instead I'll comment that out. It should make my form that's a little more viewable on. Oops. Okay, I thought I commented it out. Now I have. There you go. All right. Range, we've sort of looked at this already with the numbers, with a minimum and a maximum. Okay. And again, you can provide a step. Telephone's another type that you can put in here. Telephone should be pretty much supported by just about all browsers. All right. If you're going to put it in, you'll probably put it in like this, which means that not only are you putting that in, but you're telling it you want it in the format 3 numbers, a dash, and 8 numbers, for instance. Let's grab that, but I'll change the pattern to make it something I think a little more reminiscent of what a pattern probably would look like. All right, so type equal tel, pattern equals 309 3, another dash, 09 4. So that's expecting number, dash, number, dash, number, something like that. All right, so again, we could pretty this up, but you get the idea. Again, we'll put in a couple line breaks here. And there it's expecting the phone number. Notice if I do put it in, so let's go, well, I have to go and fill in everything, but you're getting the idea, hopefully, because we've gone through this stuff before. All right, URL, if you do put in a URL in there, it expects it to be an HTTP, an HTTPS, or an FTP, all right, at the beginning. Text area, where you can put in rows and columns. I didn't put that in here, but let's just add here. We'll put in here phone number. Okay, and that actually should be in there as a label instead. Why don't we do this? We'll put in that, and that. So this will look a little nicer now. So this will be birthday. And here we've got name equal birthday. And we should also have ID equals birthday. I'm not making them all required, but again, hopefully you get the idea. And we can do the same thing in here for like car, color. And this would say car color. Again, this would be name equals. And we'd also do an ID equals as well. All right, and this would probably then be, oops, phone. Actually, they put in here, well, we'll change it to phone. And this will be phone then. Type equals tell, there's the pattern. Say name equal phone. And ID equal phone. We no longer need this because we put it up above where it really should have been. Oops. We'll add another BR here, hit enter. This should look, it's looking pretty decent. Well, there's our phone now. All right, you can see all the different types. Okay. All right, select will allow you to have a drop down. And we'll change this a little bit in here. All right, so we'll put that in too. I'm going to change it around a little bit. We'll put that down here as well. So we've got this select with these options in there. Okay, and again, that's for a drop down. So we'll have something like, I don't know, this is kind of silly, but just so you get it, fav state. Be consistent with the way I did it before. So we'll put in here value equals Missouri. Then we'll put in here value equals Mo. And we'll put in here Missouri. And we'll put another one in here. We'll say IL and Illinois. And we'll put in one more. And that'll say WI and Wisconsin. And again, you'll see that when we put that in, now we've got that drop down. And I should have put in my and there we go. So now it's Illinois, now it's Wisconsin. Get the idea. All right. Tables are pretty simplistic. Tables are made up, in a table tag, they're made up of rows like this. The rows are typically made up of like TH for table headers or TD for table data. So let's grab this. Now we can take and comment out all of our form stuff. And we'll add our table. So table row, that row, let's just say it's going to have 3 headers. We'll put in here first name, middle init, and last name. All right, so that'll be what's in there. It's not going to look like much right now. There it is. Now, I typically put this into my tables, and this is about the only time I'll put any stuff in here. I'm going to put in our border equal 1 because I want it to look like a table. What does that mean? That looks a little bit more like a table. All right. So I've now got that. And now I'm going to change this. I'm going to put in TD here. And let me grab this. So I'm going to put in all of me and my brothers. So there's Richard, H, there's Michael, L, there's me. So we got Michael. I'm going to move this one down. So there's my oldest brother, my other older brother, me, my younger brother, and we'll even add my sister. Her married name is Genda. So there's our table. Okay, nothing fantastic, but it's a decent table. It's got many of the table features in there, and we're going to probably add a couple more in here too. So I've shown you the TRs and the TDs and the table tags. Okay, I like mine better than the example they gave. We could add some CSS in here to add some padding and some border, but I'm not going to do that. I added the border of 1. I should think that's fine. You could span over multiple columns or multiple rows. So here's spanning over multiple columns. And you can also span over multiple rows like this. All right. There's other tags that you can put in. There's a T head, a T body, and a T foot. And quite often you will see those. So let's put those in there. It will not at all change the appearance of this table. I'm telling you that right now. So I'm going to put in here T head. So there's the start of my T head. And these are my headings right here. So I'm going to move all that over. And then I'm going to add the ending T head back, and then I'm going to put in my T body. And that's the rest of the table. I don't have a footer in here, but that's okay. And then I add in my T body. All right, and if I could have a T footer in here and just make it empty. And again, this will not change the way the table still looks the same, but that's all done for accessibility reasons. All right, so that people, especially like browsers for the blind, that somebody's able to look at this and figure out, what it is it's supposed to be doing here. All right, and we've reached almost the end again. We can put a caption on here. Add that. My brothers and sister. There's that. All right. We'll take the multimedia tags and put them into our next lecture.